Yeah, hello, Sonu ma'am. Am I audible? I'm good. I'm good. Great to see you too, ma'am. Uh, Evening, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, Calrex and admin. First of all, I wanted to thank you, Calrex Foundation, uh, yeah, for inviting me and to come up and say something about my journey. So it made me like as soon as I got the invitation, I was more of thinking about I need to fall back to that time and think about what exactly is what exactly I had been doing at that time, and yeah, so it's all about stories that I have with me and would like to share it to you. So uh, my journey starts with I was I used to stay at the age of 6 or 7. I don't remember exactly, but 7, I guess. I used to stay at Junawadaj. It's an slum area where an exam was been taken by Manav Sadhana and other people, and maybe the founding members. So uh, yeah, so I was more of like a wanderer there, trying to find and search my own. Uh, yeah, trying to find and search my uh, own happiness, I would say. In more of I was not an extrovert, but yeah, I was more of a introvert person, and always need to find and discover something so that I can make something and uh, get along with the friends and spend time. So more of the time, most of all, I wanted to spend my time. I used to spend my time outside. So yeah, so when the exams was taken by Manav Sadhana, there I was one of the kid from the Wadaj to get selected, and uh, had even being selected, I had nothing in my mind like what exactly I am upon, and like how come I got selected, because I was not good with academics uh, earlier also, and yeah, I was only good at a bit of sketching, uh, like very rough and idle illustrations, and yeah, more of uh, uh, more of, I would say, a very moody person. Yeah, so I remember from Manav Sadhana, I would wanted to thank Mr. Jayesh sir, Miss Anar ma'am for being in that place and helping me out. Not helping me out, but being in that place and curating such exams for people who are underprivileged. So I'm very thankful for them. Uh, yeah, I should not forget Kamlesh sir, who had been a part of Manav Sadhana earlier and had helped me for the how to write letters and approach to the seniors. So that's how he used to help me, and so I'm thankful to Kamlesh sir also, who is from Manav Sadhana. So our journey goes. So my journey goes from Manav Sadhana to Visamo Kids Foundation, where the earlier, I think one of the I guess co-founders, but not sure about whether it was co-founders or not. But earlier I met Jankima Pujadi, Sejal Didi, and Sejal Didi is the person who's at now no more along with us. So uh, yeah, so. Yeah, thank you, Rinki, for coming up here, and yeah, thank you, Pushpa ma'am, thank you, Vaishali, uh, Sudeshna ma'am. Okay, so yeah, so from there, my journey went on with the few more people who actually developed me as a person, and not just me, but also the all of the Visamo kids students. And so from there, we were taken to a bungalow at Panchwati, which was a beautiful place. Like the place was very green. The ground was big, so there were two grounds. Like one for the, I would say, it was more of a concrete. So we used to use it for skating. Some of my friends used to use it for skating, and the other ground was for cricket and cycling. And so being a kid at that time, those were the things I would say it as I was very lucky to be in that place and uh, experience such environment and ambience. uh, then yeah, so at VKF, without forgetting, I wanted to thank Anuja ma'am, Ami ma'am, uh, Harjivan uncle, Manje bhaiya. Manje bhaiya was at the Bhopal side, like when we were shifted to from Panchwati to Bhopal. That time he was there. He was a cook there. So we used to sit together and have food together. Me, Manje bhaiya, and one of my friend Rahul, and sometimes like some other students also used to join and all. So yeah, Harjun uncle was a fun-loving person. Whenever he used to enter, it used to be more of like there used to be people used to get entertained like very easily, and they used to enjoy his presence. Uh, yeah, Anuja ma'am, I have bothered her a lot. I would say Ami ma'am also. I was always running behind her, not running behind her, but Anuja ma'am who had been a person as a local guardian, a very strict teacher sometimes, a very sweet teacher sometimes rude, sometimes upset, and so yeah, a lot of memories with her too. Uh, Further, uh, yeah, so from Visamo Kids Panchwati to Visamo Kids Bhopal, when we got shifted there, some people uh, who were, I would say, the uh, shield, not shield, but who I would say had also played a major part in my life. Kaushik sir, I would say Kaushik sir had got and taught uh, art, and not just the art, but more of uh, uh, art for Visamo, as well as for more of, he got art and he taught art, and uh, yeah, that's all. And because I'm still being in art, I just get carried away by what was the style we used to paint using crayons, and also I'm not able to find that right term about what I wanted to speak. Yeah, so from at Visamo Kids Bhopal, there used to be some experience I would like to share. Uh, Kalu uncle used to be the one person uh, who have been always like be ready for uh, like taking all the students and kids to their uh, desired fields for tuitions and trips, and he makes sure like we reach on time and all. So I thank you, Kalu uncle, for making my journey like making it more time saving and all. Uh, yeah, I mean like making me reach on time to classes for especially for BRDS like so. Yeah, so from so that was, I would say, he used to be uh, a friendly person who used to be with me and narrate stories, and more of a good friend wala uncle, I would say, who used to yeah when like talking and while traveling, time used to spend like very easily, like get over very easily. And yeah, so from there, my schooling I did was in DPS school. Uh, I would say the second, so Visamo, I would say it as more of a first home. Then school, I would say a part of the uh, heart of myself, like my my journey, I would say. Yeah, as because the teachers over there, uh, Anuja ma'am had also been in DPS, like at the same time teaching at Visamo as well as at DPS. So I wanted to thank Taruna ma'am for Hindi. I had no idea about like how like early I was very bad with other subjects, but I got fascinated to Hindi because of the stories that she used to narrate and all. And it wasn't just about the stories, but she was pretty also. So and good looking. So it was never boring of listening stories from her. And Archana ma'am used to, yeah, I wanted to thank her for teaching social science, especially the stories of Mangal Pandey's and freedom fighters that used to be there in the books. And she used to come up with not just narrating the stories, but also the visuals and visuals by showing us short films and documentaries. Not document. I remember Mangal Pandey. Yeah, that was a film. So uh, yeah, yeah. So further, Philomena ma'am, I remember I miss her a lot, especially whenever I used to. I don't remember what I used to do exactly. Maybe not paying attention in the class or looking outside, or maybe like I don't know what exactly used to happen. But I remember I miss her the way she used to sometimes scold me and drag me to the Nutan ma'am's cabin. I miss Nutan ma'am too. About she being she was the chief like coordinator of I would say Calrag. That time it was Nalanda, so Nalanda's principal. So Nutan ma'am used to be. I used to sit inside her cabin and wonder, looking here and there, and she used to give me a chocolate, and I used to sit and like doodle or paint something. So that's how Nutan ma'am also used to be around me, guiding, and like all these teachers, I would say, around me, like uh, have been in my life as a stories, like story in, yeah, it's like a part of stories. Yeah, then further Paras sir also for maths. I remember you, sir, like for maths I got almost like seven some. I didn't clear it in my ninth half yearly exam. So he used to come to Visamo for 1 hour tuition classes and uh, make me do the HCM, HCF, LCM, HCF, and So that I got to learn from him. So I thank you for that, Paras sir. uh, Sonali ma'am for geography, Pushpa ma'am for political science as well as social science, and Adil sir for economics. Uh, uh, I won't forget the like. I remember like I used to run behind them for getting clear in my like to get pass in my exams, and they used to yeah. Sorry, I think there was some small network problem. Good evening, ma'am. Usman, good evening. Good to see you here. And yeah, so further wanted to continue a little more. Uh, there's something I just illustrated about how this journey is. So I would, in the end, I would show you the picture also in my book that I made. So please be there, all of you. Yeah. So yeah. So from I guess Pushpa ma'am, Sonali ma'am, and yeah, showing me more of geography and like the teaching that they used to give was more of uh, political science and geography. So the thing is that actually drive me to know the like drive me a passion to know the like India especially. So I got mean about at which state what culture is, what art is, and what games do they play, and how the environment is. And because of being fond of landscape painting, I had a dream to travel further if got a chance to all these places, and would paint. Yeah, so wanted to thank Sonali ma'am and this like the teachers for uh, uh, developing that desire in me to look around and see the world. And yeah, so heading on to the apart from the studies, heading on towards more of co-curricular activities, I wanted to thank Meena ma'am. Always unforgettable. I would never forget her. As being in 11th and 12th, it's always crucial for a student to find something like, especially for people like me, who's like more of always lost to find a goal and do something in life. So she used to be behind of and guiding and directing about what exactly do I need to do. So like she used to put objects right in front of us, and she also used to be a part of it of for sketching. And so I used to look at her work and try to make better than her. So that's how I wanted to like and impress her about ki ma'am, I did this like much more earlier than you, or faster than you, or look at my strokes, or like somehow to show my artworks to her to get appreciation, and like to and also to get to ask her to push me further, so that I would reach NID soon. So at the time, I think while I was in uh, ninth or tenth, I had a visit at NID. So from there, I just wanted to be in that place. I don't know, just maybe looking at models or, but like that place, and somewhere I thought, ki this is what I am good at. Maybe analyzed and related myself, as I was also more of making something or the other from leftover materials. Earlier, I used to use the word junk, but nothing is junk, I would say. Everything has its own value and its own impression, and yeah, each material has its own impression and value additions. So I used to come up with making something or the other, and that used to serve a small purpose and maybe entertain other students and kids and teachers. And things used to be sometimes uh, aggressive from Amimam, because things were not allowed to pick, especially one incident I remember, being inside. like going to toy rooms and picking some toys and dismantling them, and just for a keen about how this toy works. And so I used to dismantle and then make something of my own, like making a take cardboards and make a model of my own. Like the I used to use a chassis and make the upper body by my own self. So those were the fun I had at being at Visamo, and the experiences and memories with all these people. So yeah, Meena ma'am, thank you so much. Though didn't got, I agree that I didn't finish my studies at NID, but nevertheless, I'm always up for the big dreams and life. I think life is too big. These are the experiences that one comes up with, and uh, yeah, memories will be there and experiences will be there from whichever place a person goes. So that will be always useful further in our life. Uh, yeah. So I guess uh, once again, sorry, Minamam, for uh, not making up to uh, your dream too, because I remember you were behind me to you and Anujamam also for understanding my problems and key do it and better do it, and somehow I don't know, this was the whatever destiny, but that's how the NID was left over. But I'll miss that. I am in touch with that place, and I have a lot of learnings inside my heart and head. So yeah, further, uh, Avni ma'am also I wanted to thank a lot. She was the one who used to be her presence also used to be like more entertaining among whenever like among every student of us, and inside our class. And yeah, for never ever forgetting one more person, like the music side of mine came from that inspiration came from Shushim sir. uh, I started with like very small instrument first, like I would say खंजरी ऐसा कुछ तो कहते हैं. But then I went on with bongo, which is it's like a cylindrical and a leather over the top. So wooden cylindrical uh, instrument with two floors, and uh, then I switched on to Congo, which is the same one with the three toms, I would say. And then I went on to the larger one that I always desired for, which was the entire drum set. So uh, and yeah, so that was my. I think that's how. If I just connect with how a person would learn is from step by step, like from zero to one, and it's always upon like ups and downs come. I think ups and downs are always there in people's life, but that's what we that is what the fun is. So yeah, I have a lot of memories with Sushim sir. I miss you, sir, for especially jamming. પહેલની પહેલની વાતોમાં કહું તો મતલબ ડ્રમ્સ વગાડું બહુ મિસ કરું તમારી સાથે. Especially when you are on the piano, the energy level of mine gets into next level, and I enjoy it the most. I also wanted to thank you, Shardul sir. And if I had forgotten other teachers who had been a part of uh, the music family, I would say those who were part of the singing performance, or part of the writing performance, or I wanted to thank all of those people also. Yeah, so from one person I just remembered who had whom I who I just got to remember, who had who used to be the curator of our annual functions. So Sushim sir was there for taking care of music and all. For dance, every time there used to be something or the somebody or the other from DPS, or yeah, I forgot her name. There used to be one person from, I forgot her name, but uh, okay. So yeah, so for dance, yeah, one more friendly person, Man Bhaiya, for during our 11th and 12th, he was a person who taught and about like salsa and Punjabi and other, I don't remember. So so I wanted to thank you to wanted to thank him too, and yeah, there's something I'm missing in. Uh, yeah, so uh, I think I don't remember his name, but that person passed away. Uh, Shushim sir is like most closest friend, and he taught me how to narrate poems and yeah, and how to narrate poems and I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Yeah. So yeah, Urukkali. I think Urukkali was he was the person who I think he was the person who actually curated, or yeah, he framed the entire story. Urukkali, our annual functions show that was held at DPS Kidangan Sports Ground. Yeah, so further, yeah, from the sports side, I got to visit Lucknow because of Vikram sir, I would say, Vikram sir, Parthiv sir, and of course, without forgetting my friend Raju. So, because he taught me how to play basketball and all. So, I had a dream of going to different places, and yeah, especially earlier I mentioned just to switch on to different ambience and look the world, how it is outside the four walls. So yeah, so I wanted to thank him for taking us for basketball match, which was I think inter DPS Lucknow. So wanted to thank you, sir. Thank you, Pathu sir, for being so strict. Sometimes we had to be in discipline, so teaching discipline also, and yeah, physically how to be healthy. I all got to know from staying at sports ground. Used to just empower me to be healthy and uh, yeah, to get away from your states. One needs to work out uh, and play. Yeah. Uh, so and the best thing I liked about is I did carry on basketball a lot, especially first 2 years at NID also. So have made a lot of friends from. So I'm thankful to the game, I guess, because from basketball I got to introduce some good people, some very I would say the people who used to excel at NID. So I go, like super seniors, 6th years and 7th years. So I got to introduce. I got to meet them in person in a better way, like got some learning from them, especially how to speak and being confident and all, and yeah, all small little things, but uh, being extrovert, I would say I got to know from being at NID from my seniors, and yeah. So further, yeah, without I forgot some more people from Visamo being, yeah, from not from Visamo, but at DPS and as well as at Visamo, there used to be counselors for me to guide me and direct me to the right way. So of course, for small mistakes or yeah, if I do, they used to be there to put me on the right track. So for concerning yeah, concerning them, I wanted to thank, yeah, those are Asha ma'am for listening to my queries and thoughts and problems, and of course, like giving me some bullet points about being confident and I can and I will and all small quotes. Uh, at that moment, it wasn't more helpful. Like I didn't took it that seriously, but later on, sometimes being alone, like me making an effort, it does help about to to I think to like come up and uh, get back to your to getting back to our routines and yeah, to continue. uh, yeah from yeah so uh, when I was in 11th and like yeah after 11th and 12th was more of a hardship that I was going through, but the teachers helped me out earlier, as I mentioned, like Adil sir and Pushpa ma'am and Meena ma'am and all. So but at the same time I was always thinking about what apart from the education and studies, like uh, because art also, if I used to think about like art, there are thousands and like lakhs of uh, artists outside the world, and there'll be a competition over there also. So so basically I wanted to analyze and find my own self about where exactly I can fit myself in, like in which area and which group, and yeah, which world. So at the same time I used to be uh, some yeah small things helped from, I got help from these people which I wanted to thank. One is Hardip Bhaiya. Hardip Bhaiya is I got a chance to work with him. That time he was in South Africa, and I like had to design a small mobile cafe, I remember, or yeah, mobile cafe. But so I think some research and that only was did, and further I think I was busy with my NID studies and all, so we couldn't move forward in that. So Hardipya would like to be would I'm missing you too, and if there's anything regarding art and design work, I would love to join you and uh, yeah, do some creative stuff. So I wanted to thank Hardipya for he so I don't know, at the time he saw some talent and he published an article. For me it was like people shouldn't know, like I didn't know like these small things could inspire so many students and all. So like so many people outside the place where we were staying. So yeah, so wanted to thank you, Aditya, Milan Bhaiya for uh, uh, Milan Bhaiya at present uh, is doing like at present I guess he's in Bombay. Like I am in touch with him, seeing his work, like he does photography and all, especially the wildlife photographies. So. Uh, Yeah, so I want to thank him for. I remember he gave us a bat. He bought it from outside and gave us, and for us it was like a yeah, yeah, it's a small like wooden stuff, but I would say more of a treasure for us. Like cricket bat, cricket we used to miss a lot playing, especially especially like a Visamo team and the rest team, whomsoever, like we, the best part I liked about Visamo team was like whenever all of us were together we were so confident, like even 5 6 years elders would come up, then also we would challenge them, and most of the time we used to win the cricket matches. So Visamo, my friends, brothers and sisters, missing you all also, and uh, yeah, I do come up with some creative stuff, and I would like to share and talk and have a word about. And yeah, Raju is there in touch with me, and other people I don't know how are they. Suresh also is also there. Sometimes I get upset with Suresh because uh, yeah, because of small stuff that is personal among us, and yeah, Vikas I had a talk with. So uh, yeah, so I'm in short, I'm missing you people, and I think now it's time for. I know like every individual is busy with their stuff and work, and but I think all of us had achieved a lot educationally, and like I think more of we have built ourselves to uh, like I think it's time to do a second round for of our journey, and like to create a new story, like the way 10 years or 12 years at Visamo had been, should be now be I think it should now be a series two. For example, yeah, should now be like a series two, and also, in short, all of us should get together and, I don't know, do something about, and not for like for our own pleasure and stuff and all, but for the community, I guess. So yeah, yeah. So I welcome you all also, and yeah, thank you also for being a yeah, mostly thanking you for being a part of my uh, journey, like 10 years at VKF. All of the above I wanted to say is, uh, uh, like after I left NID, I left NID on 2018. So I did my third year thrice, and there were some ups and downs. I also went and taught at BRDS for 3.5 months. So I'm thankful. Yeah, just got to like I just forgot. Like I'm thankful to Bhavar Rathore sir also for earlier giving me coaching for around 3.5 3 months or so without any money, and I liked his personality also when I saw him, and uh, yeah, about I yeah, so wanted to thank him also. And but later on, while Jaipur had also been a great time for me, traveling and teaching some students about I won't say I taught them, but I think I directed them to their uh, desire, passion was, or skill was, or their interest was. So I used to push forward them more towards uh, uh, towards that direction. Uh, yeah. Next, I would say, uh, just a second. Okay, so I think I had taken a little more of what the time was provided to me. Uh, just wanted to conclude this. I wanted to, without forgetting, from all of our student side, like Visamo kids. I just wanted to say on behalf of Visamo to just wanted to say on behalf of Visamo to thank you, Majula Puja Staff Ma'am, for creating such a uh, uh, so for creating an NGO that built all of us as individuals. Yeah, thank you so much.